Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Victor Davis, and today I'm going to talk about the brilliance in the basics, why 8 hours of sleep is a competitive advantage. I'm going to start with a quick question for everybody. By a quick show of hands, how many of you got less than 7 or 8 hours of sleep last night? Okay. Now keep your hand up if you feel like when you woke up this morning, you knew that you were going to need a coffee or an energy drink or something else to just get you through the day. Okay, you can put your hands down. That reliance or that kind of crutch that you know you need isn't a personal failure or just an individual choice. It's a sign of something a little bit bigger. Sleep deprivation is a public health problem. It is not just an individual problem, especially on college campuses. About 70% of college students experience chronic sleep insufficiency. And it's become normalized through academic pressure, social expectations, and social media. We see it everywhere. People glorifying all-nighters, study routines that run from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., or literally people just live streaming on TikTok, themselves studying. And then, in my case, I find myself, I'm like watching somebody study instead of going to sleep or studying, being effective with my time. Uh, Universities have increasingly recognized sleep loss as a population level health risk, and we want to, by the end of this, give you three things to do, but also use health communication to disrupt this norm and not shame individuals. So these three things are understand how sleep directly affects mood and performance, recognizing habits like all-nighters and kind of getting naps when you can might actually make your academic performance worse. And then in the back of your mind, just walk away with like one thing you can remember when it comes to what a healthy sleep schedule looks like. The science of sleep and learning. Sleep plays a critical role in memory consolidation, particularly during REM sleep. Uh, your brain strengthens the neural connections you form throughout the day, aka the stuff you're learning. Without that process, much of what you study just is going to be forgotten. And in terms of performance, like with academics, you're going to need to be able to memorize a bunch of that information you're learning from all the different classes you're taking. So that's why sleep is extremely important in this regard. Cognitive impairment and performance decline. Sustained wakefulness, 17 to 19 hours, produces cognitive impairment comparable to mild intoxication. Sleep deprivation slows reaction time, weakens your attention, and reduces your decision-making accuracy. These deficits directly affect academic performance, class participation, and academic judgment. So I want you to reframe this in your mind as all-nighters do not demonstrate discipline. They demonstrate reduced cognitive capacity or judgment in this case. So when you're in that college population level, when you're 18 to 21, it makes sense. Like, oh, I have the ability to sleep all night or to stay up all night. So therefore I'm going to do it. It's going to show how much discipline I have. But once you become 22 and up, you begin to be like, you know what? Maybe it's worth the extra couple hours of sleep. And then I can study in tomorrow. Emotional regulation and mental health outcomes. Sleep deprivation increases the amygdala reactivity by up to 60%, intensifying emotional responses. It reduces the prefrontal cortex, which leads to poor stress regulation. Chronic sleep loss is strongly associated with anxiety, depression, and academic burnout. The impact to your health is sleep is foundational to emotional resilience and psychological well-being in young adults. Emotional resilience and your well-being psychologically are going to be kind of the cornerstones of your performance while you're in college or higher education. Physical health, immunity, and energy regulation. Sleep supports immune functions and tissue repair. Insufficient sleep disrupts your appetite regulating hormones, and students who sleep poorly experience more illness, fatigue, and reliance on stimulants, kind of like what we talked about. Some other examples might be some stimulants to help you focus, Adderall. And there are other examples there too. And the key message of this is sleep deprivation creates a cycle of exhaustion, illness, and declining productivity. It is not sustainable to have multiple nights of below 6 hours, below 7 or 8 hours of sleep um, for the entire semester. You are eventually going to burn out. Why 8 hours matters, the science of consistency. Uh, Research recommends that sleep duration for young adults should be about 7 to 9 hours per night. 8 hours supports the optimal nexus of your neurological, metabolic, and emotional functioning. Irregular sleep schedules disrupt the circadian rhythm and reduce sleep quality. Consistency in sleep timing is just as important as sleep duration. You know, you've heard it from your parents and from probably your peers, definitely your professors. If you're getting 8 hours of sleep, but you're going to sleep at 2 p.m. some days, you're going to sleep at 7 p.m., then 10 p.m., then 2 a.m., that is not as good, even if you're getting 8 hours, as if you set your alarm for 10:30 p.m. or 11 p.m. By that point in the night, you're going to be going to bed Monday through Friday. One of the other things we want to do is debunk the catch up on sleep method. You've seen it all on TikTok. You've seen these athletes and even military professionals kind of go out there and talk about how your sleep can be brought back in these small intermittent cycles of 15 to 20-minute naps. Biologically, your sleep cannot be like banked, saved at a previous time to be used later. Oversleeping on the weekends creates something called social jet lag because it's similar to flying across time zones. But if the day starts at 9 or 10 a.m. for people on Saturday and you don't get out of bed until 2 p.m., obviously you're going to run into some issues. This worsens fatigue, attention problems, and mood instability. Feel like your day is practically gone. And especially in the springtime, when the sun sets at 5 p.m., if you're getting up at 3 p.m. Or 2 p.m., by the time you're rolling out of bed, getting ready to go, it's already dark. Uh, Evidence-based conclusion for this is that irregular sleep patterns impair recovery rather than restore it. Uh, Evidence-based dorm-friendly behavior strategies. 3 hours before bed, avoid heavy meals. 2 hours, end the intense studying and stress-inducing tasks. And 1 hour before bed, get rid of that cell phone or any blue light exposure to allow yourself to truly just decompress. Some additional strategies to keep your environment cool. If you're like me, I love sleeping in the cold, 65 degrees, perfect temperature, and avoiding caffeine in the mid-afternoon due to its long half-life. Just because you drink a whole Celsius at 2 p.m. does not mean you're not going to be feeling the effects at 8 or 10 p.m. Behavior change principle. These small, sustainable changes are much more effective than extreme discipline, like cutting out caffeine or setting a timer on your phone. You have to make it realistic, and you have to hold yourself accountable while also working towards something in small steps. This call to action, reframing what success looks like. The sleep reset is what we want to call it. Commit to 8 hours of sleep for 1 week. Observe your changes in focus, mood, productivity, and general stress. Do not sacrifice your long-term health and learning for short-term academic pressure. The final message, true success in college does not begin when you wake up. It begins when you choose to sleep. Here are my references, and thank you.